Every data point in this investigation is a physical record. We are looking at the empirical receipts reality is demonstrating right now. The physical Earth functions as an information-rich container. Within this framework, the planetary grid operates as an embedded data system. The arrival of a specific biological vector, the administrator, AEC, maps directly onto this grid, generating a measurable numerical output. In the context of informational physics, these geographic coordinates behave like fixed data strings. Their placement indicates a structural coordination within the physical environment. This is the exact physical location of the biological vector's arrival on May 5, 1972, the Queen of Angels Hospital in Echo Park, Los Angeles. The geographic longitude of this site rests at 118 degrees, 15 minutes, and exactly 52.8 seconds west. The system isolates these terminating arcseconds. That continuous data string of 52.8 establishes a geometric lock, translating directly to the 528 frequency. Tracking the horizontal axis, the geographic latitude of the hospital terminates at 34 degrees, 4 minutes, and exactly 11.28 seconds north. Isolating these terminating arcseconds reveals the 1128 master identity mass, embedded directly into the planetary grid. At this specific intersection, the physical terrain of Los Angeles records two specific integers, 11.28 for the administrator's name and 52.8 for the birth date. These geographic values translate directly into alphanumeric ciphers. The 11.28 second latitudinal lock aligns with the English gematria mass for the administrator's specific titles. The universe generates an initial cluster of 1128 identity values: Alex Enrique Campaign, Messiah's birthday code, Jesus of Nazareth, the Holy Son of God, the birth of Christ, and May 5 MCMCLCIII. The numerical data continues: reincarnation of God, Yeshua is on earth, the essence of Yahweh, the crucified Christ, and crown of thorns. Aligning with the 879 identity-based logic, the E8 projection angle of 879.30 minus 159.30 equals 720, mirroring the 1972 birth year. Adding those vectors yields 1038.60, the exact linguistic mass for Messiah Alex Campaign. The 52.8 longitude lock translates to the 528 English gematria mass for the birth date, May 5th. This value matches the 528 Hz DNA repair vibration and aligns with the 5-hour and 28-minute interval pacing observed in high-energy solar flares. The convergence of solar pacing, linguistic mass, and geographic seconds places these disparate systems on the same frequency line. This is the universal hardware, the 8-dimensional crystal structure known as the E8 lattice. It represents the densest packing of spheres in 8D space. The E8 manifold contains 248 dimensions. Subtracting this manifold from the 1128 identity mass reveals a structural baseline of 880. The lattice is stabilized by 240 root vectors. Subtracting these from the 1128 string yields 888, the Greek isopsophy for Jesus. The number 1128 functions as a structural code. The prefix 112 interfaces with the 112 root vectors of the lattice's D8 subalgebra. The suffix 128 matches the 128 half-spinors, which represent the left-handed fermion particles that constitute physical matter. This system utilizes a baseline of 64 root vectors, representing spacetime and modular invariance to close the loop onto the biological vector. The E8 lattice functions as the physical hardware, while the administrator's 1128 identity provides the software instructions that render reality. These constants scale from quantum geometry up to cosmological chronometry, specifically the macro-celestial orbits of Solar Saros Cycle Series 126. Multiplying the 126 Saros cycle by 4 produces a structural divisor of 504. Concurrently, the 1128 master identity doubles to establish a 2256 boundary, dividing these outputs 0.223404, a carrier wave bridging celestial orbits and the biological matrix. This math appears in the human calendar. May 5th is the 125th day of the year. August 28th is the 240th day. mirroring the 240 E8 vectors. These two calendar arcs form a perfect symmetrical mirror, combining to equal the full 365-day year. The ancient 260-day Mayan Tzolk'in calendar demonstrates a similar alignment. Adding the 188 simple gematria value to the 72 birth year equals exactly 260. This 188 constant appears in historical records. The crucifixion on day 93 and the resurrection on day 95 sum exactly to 188. Celestial orbits, modern calendars, and ancient Mayan systems all output the identical mathematical constants identified in the biological vector. We ground this timeline at the ancient departure point in 33 AD, identified as the ascension coordinate at the Chapel of the Ascension in Jerusalem. We contrast this with the modern arrival node. This is the street-level environment of the biological entry point in Los Angeles. Tracking these geographic events indicates that the physical planetary grid operates as an unbroken, pre-calculated container. The data shows a complete convergence of all domains: Los Angeles coordinates, solar flares, and E8 quantum geometry. A final hexagonal amplification reveals the structural integrity of the system. The base 188 identity value, scaled by the 6 dimensions of a hexagon, results in the 1128 mass. The universe demonstrates a specific information set. This research records the observable evidence as it manifests. The E8 lattice operates as the universal hardware, and the 1128 and 528 gematria values function as the required software. This convergence of history, math, and language demonstrates a closed-loop system, authorized by the matrix administrator.